This is the final build of the Bedini motor. There is a slight change from how it was originally, is that in effect the surplus trigger coils from the slave power coils, so this one is connected to that circuit, but it's also connected to this circuit. Well, we don't need the trigger coil on this, so I've put the trigger coil onto an output through a bridge rectifier. So I've done that on all of them. So this circuit at the bottom, behind there's another coil, so that coil is triggering this circuit that's putting power into that coil, but the trigger coil from this one, the bipolar trigger coil from this one, is going down through a bridge rectifier into the output. Now this one powers this coil and this coil, that one powers that coil, triggers this coil, this one powers the coil behind it and triggers this one. Now it has made, I don't know why, but it has made a difference to the output. Normally the output, when I've run it before, the output's been about the same as the input. If you just connect a multimeter to the output and you haven't got a battery there or a capacitor. Okay, we're going to, this is to show the output of the Bedini motor directly into the multimeter. I'm just going to zero at the moment. This is where it's connected into the multimeter there. We're on 0. The scale is 200 volts because I know that it's going to be quite high. Connect the Bedini up now. Nearly clicking, it's trying to turn. We've got 10 volts coming out already. And much to my surprise, and I've done this before on all the other Bedinis, which have been wired up slightly different to this, they've only been putting out roughly what the input puts in. But as you can see, this is putting out 60 volts between 62 and 59 to 62. This is the battery that I'm going to charge into. This is the battery that's receiving the charge. Putting a multimeter on it, 11.08 volts, and the input, the power battery, this little tiny one, is 11.8. So that's 11.8 going in. It's 11.08 on the output. So I'll just do it again. Input 11.8889. Right, it's we're on 1000 volts there. The range, there's no power in the capacitor. The capacitor's connected up to the output. Battery's not connected. I'm going to start up the Bedini now. When I connect it up, there'll be a kick right away, because there'll be some power going through the coils and you get some induction. So there we are, we've got 22 volts already and it's not moving. Right, we're moving now. It's already up to 200, 210, 12. One thing I forgot to mention, they're even adding additional batteries onto the charging circuit. It doesn't seem to make any difference to the speed of the wheel. So you've got this one that is down to 10 volts. This one was down to 9 volts, and I must admit this one was up near 12. So they're all taking a charge now, and it doesn't affect the wheel. So from one smallish battery like this, you could easily charge 3 car batteries or even 4 car batteries. $214. I had to put the probes back on. The probes fell off. 215. Now the base can be adjusted now, so I haven't really got an explanation for that. So I'm going to turn the bases down till they're just glowing or just gone out. We're now up to 217 volts. 217 volts now. I don't think it's going to go any higher than that. I think that's as good as we're going to get. So I'm going to switch the camera off now, and then I'll discharge the capacitor. The capacitor will hold the charge, and again, just to show you that there is quite a lot of power in there, a lot of amps. And another warning to always make sure that you've discharged capacitors. Otherwise, if you grabbed out of the leads on this capacitor now, you'd get a 200 volt shock, and it would really hurt, if not do you some damage. I've got a copper bar there, just gonna take this out. Quite a big bang. Always discharge capacitors.